Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope your day is going absolutely amazing. You know, the thing I love most about a new Monday is it's like a fresh start. You know, it's a new start to a week, a chance to do it over again. So let's go ahead and get started and let's step into the goddess realm. Maybe. Good morning, Amber. I completely understand. I know it's 9 o'clock, so it's going on in the way. Wait, well, it's morning, and I understand you got to go to work, but I'm glad you have a job and you got to earn a living, and hopefully it's one that you're enjoying. Y'all, Amber had an amazing testimony about a new position a couple of weeks ago, so I'm excited you're here, but I will catch you on the replay. So, y'all, let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, my water is back behind me on the table, so go. Chug a lug, social it up, hit like when you're done. We'll just pretend. And let's go ahead and dive in, y'all. Bear with me, I'm just moving my phone around so I can see comments. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you to our angels, our goddesses, our fairies, our guides for all the amazing direction and messages you've had for us, especially over these last few weeks in particular. We thank you so much that for making it clear and concise, and we ask you that you continue to make it applicable for each of us so we know exactly what it is that we are supposed to be doing today. We also ask that anyone who hears this message be blessed by it abundantly. And all these many wonderful things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to dive on in. Good morning, Sabrina. Sabrina, is it still morning for you? Or is it, I guess, probably afternoon for you, huh? Well, either way, no matter what, I'm glad you're here. So, let's see. A couple of updates. For those of you who are in the private group, I did a fairly, well, I meant to be like a 2-minute video yesterday, but it ended up being a little bit longer. So just to let you guys know, for those of you who may have missed it, we've got a few little changes coming up that I'm super excited about. In particular, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. In particular, what we have coming up is I want to make sure that we are restructuring the group and getting back to total wellness, being mind, body, and spirit. For those of you who've been in the group from the beginning, you know, it started off a couple of years ago, and we were primarily focused on fitness and nutrition and motivation. And then we kind of got a little dormant for a little bit, and I came back and we kind of reinvented the group, but we were focusing mostly on the spiritual aspect. So one of the things that I want to do is come back and rebalance that out, because again, total wellness is mind, body, and spirit. We can't focus on one and not the other, right, guys? Because the fact of the matter is they all affect each other. They're like the tripod of health. So what I want to do, what we will be doing, I finally got them all done, but I will be posting free workouts in the group, and these are full body workouts. So they consist of 4 days. You have an upper body day, a lower body day, a core day, and a cardio day. And of course, anything you want to add extra is, you know, totally up to you. So we will be having free workouts. These are workouts that you can do at home. You do not need a gym membership, and you definitely do not need any equipment. If you have equipment, you want to add weights, perfect. If not, no biggie. It's all good. The other thing that we are going to start doing is I am going to go back to body basics. For some of you who've been with me for the last few years, you know that in the past I've done Weight Management University. And what I've done is restructured it. And this is Goddess Body Basics. And basically what it is, guys, is it's a 12-course or 12-session course on your complete physiology. We talk everything from the first session. We go deep into physiology. Then we move into digestion. We move into our macros, fat, protein, carbohydrates, understanding what they are, how to balance them, and how they work within your body. Then we also start to move into anaerobic exercise versus aerobic exercise, vitamins and minerals. By the time you're done, you'll know how to create your own personal weightlifting plan. We're also going to talk about environmental factors, stress, sugar, all of those other things. So it is a pretty in-depth course. And I want to remind y'all, give you a heads up, this is something that I have given away for free 3 times in the last few years. So this is the absolute last time it will be free, okay? So what we'll be doing is I would like to get those started. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow, so I would like to get those started probably at the end of this week, early next week, but no matter what, I will make sure to send out plenty of blasts, make sure that you have links to sign up, because again, it's my last time doing it free. I love you lots, but I find sometimes when I offer things for free, people don't value it. And then, you know, I give them an entire course, and then 2 weeks later, they come back and ask me, like, what do I do for my macros? Like, where were you the last few weeks when we've been discussing this in depth? So my goal with you taking this course is for you to understand exactly how your body works. I don't want you to need me to help you create meal plans. If you're dependent upon me for your meal plan or for your nutrition, then I'm not doing my job, right? If you're dependent upon me to develop a fitness plan, then I'm not doing my job. I don't want to sit and take your money for the rest of your life. My goal is for you to educate you, for you to do it for yourself, for you to be able to then go out and teach your kids, teach your family members, teach your spouses, partners, whatever. So again, guys, this is my last time doing this for free, but it will be made available. Let's see. Sabrina says, amen. What are you up for today? Hey, Mary, how are you? Sorry I disappeared from the fasting group. Sabrina, don't even worry about it. It's all good. You know, the thing of that I used to, when I was first getting into fitness and nutrition, I was like, it has to be done this way. You got to do it that way. And if you're not doing this, then it's not right. And really what I have come to find is that we all move at our own speed, at our own pace, and when we're ready. So when you're ready, Sabrina, you are welcome to start that at any time. You know, you don't have to wait for the group. You can do it at your leisure. You can even, there are some people who live at stage 1 and stage 2, or phase 1 and phase 2. So for some of you, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's okay. But just Sabrina, just know that it's all good, girl. No worries. So again, we will be starting Goddess Body Basics in the next week or so. The other thing that I want to remind you guys is that again, we're balancing mind, body, and spirit. I want to make sure that you understand a lot of the things that are going on here on Earth, because you're directly from the Earth. You are so interrelated to the Earth, to the cosmos, to the universe. It's not even funny. So it only makes sense to understand what it is, right? Little things like, you know, we can see scientifically, very scientifically, it's been measured over and over again how things like the full moon affect not only the tides, right? But they affect crime stats, they affect politics, they affect fertility, it affects birth rates, and on and on and on and on and on. So if these things are affecting the world and they are affecting our bodies and our nervous systems, doesn't it make sense to know what the heck it is so that we can use those things to our advantage? Okay, instead of living life haphazardly, because again, Goddess life is all about a life of creation. You are creating at all times. So at a certain point, it just makes sense to be intentional with your creation, right? All right, you get me. So guys, let's go ahead and get ready to dive in. Sabrina says, I'm about to get a surgery at the end of the year. Well, one of the things that is good to know about that, Sabrina, is you've got some heads up. It's not some emergency surgery. So what I sincerely implore you to do is to start getting abundantly serious about your body. And the main reason being is you want to start getting serious before the surgery so that once you have that surgery, your body will be in a far better position to recover much faster and much easier. Sometimes we operate from the standpoint of, I'm going to wait until I have this or until I can do that and before I can X, Y, and Z. And we operate from the I am standpoint. We operate from inside the kingdom gates, right? We operate from inside as the VIP within the party. We're not waiting for this until that happens, right? So what I would suggest to you is to start doing the things that you need to do to align your body to prepare for total healing, okay? So y'all, let's go ahead and dive into our message today. Let's see. Where are we coming from? I think we are going to get a card from our Crystal Mandala deck. I know that for sure. And I think we are also going to talk to our archangels. They've just been really screaming lately. And I mean, really screaming at us, giving us some very clear and concise direction. For those of you who saw our 7 card reading the other day, oh my Lanta, right? If that wasn't like a clear and concise message, I don't know what is. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Thank you, archangels. What is it that you have for us today? Woo! Y'all saw it. There's 2. Okay, I just heard 3 more. Thank you, archangels. What is it? There's 3. What is it that you have for us today? Thank you, archangels. This one here. Yes, that was a resounding yes. I kind of want to peek and see what it is. Thank you, archangels. What do you have for the goddess round? Got it. All right, y'all. Let's see what we're working with. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Wow. This is just a wow card for me. This card always is so awesome. Now, guys, give me a second because I've got my camera really far from me. So I'm just going to move it around here. Please excuse the mess. Again, we're just moving. All right. So the first card that we have is Archangel Haniel. I swear Archangel Haniel is here right now. That side. Moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. Now, this is interesting because this is why I like to shuffle in front of y'all. Did I not just talk about let's notice, let's learn these things that affect the earth because they're affecting us? And then we get this card, moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy in manifestations. That's number 1, right? Pay attention to your rhythms and your cycles. But here's the second part. Capitalize. Capitalize on these cycles. There are times within the month, for me personally, I'm sorry guys, my leg was cramping. There are times for me within the month, usually right around new moon, where I am just Johnny on it, right? But once it hits that waning moon cycle, okay, so now that I know that about myself, I need to capitalize. Same thing with you. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize on these cycles. You're going to find when you start paying attention to yourself, there are certain times of the month where life just feels easy, right? And then there are other times where it's like, ugh, pay attention to yourself. This is one of the beautiful things about writing regularly. One of the things I've been sharing with a lot of you lately in some of our personal correspondence is to make sure that you are writing. Put physical pen to paper, not typing, not texting. Put pen to paper and do stream of conscious writing. Just write the first thing that comes to your mind. When you start doing this, you're going to start noticing thoughts and patterns within yourself. Pay attention to them and capitalize. The next card we have is Archangel Chamuel, Beloved One. I love this card. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So for some of you, this is going to be in terms of you're getting guidance and direction with your actual soulmate. For majority of you, this is all self. This is individual. This is you getting to know your own soul. You know, there's a saying that goes, how can you look for your soulmate when you don't even know your own soul? So for those of you who are actively doing the shadow work, who are going into the depths, shining light on those shadows and giving yourself unconditional love, healing, this is helping you reconnect with your original self, helping you reconnect with your soul. There's always, what's that phrase? Remember something to the effect of, you got to remember who you were before the world told you who you had to be, right? This is reconnecting with your own soul. Call on your archangels. They are there for you. They will help you. Archangel Chamuel tells you straight up, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. All right? So the next card we have Archangel Sandalphon. Oh man, he's been really talking to us a lot lately. Archangel Sandalphon says gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So, one of the things in particular about this card. Okay. Give me a hot second. All right, guys. So, this is just so bold. I mean, I don't mean it like this is so bold. I don't mean it like this, but this is so like in your face. Moon cycles, right? We just got told to pay attention to our moon cycles, how it affects your energy. So this isn't, as ladies, when we hear moon cycles, sometimes we think about our menstrual cycles. Okay, if that's what it applies for you, roll with it. But actually, I'm thinking in terms of full moon, new moon, waning, waxing, etc. Paying attention to yourself. And as you're becoming more connected to you, to your original self, you got to be gentle with yourself, y'all. You're going to notice that you're changing. You're feeling more. Right? You got to be gentle with yourself. There used to be places that and people that you could hang out with and go be around. Those things don't jive with you anymore. Get the heck out of there. It's not that we're above that or that we look down upon. It's just that we recognize out of unconditional love for self that those things no longer apply to us. As we align with our soul, with our spirit, with our higher self, we got to recognize that we got to align here on earth too. Spend time with the people, in the situations, in the environments that align with what it is you are trying to create. Be gentle to yourself. It's kind of like, this is a really crappy example, but I think it's one that most people can relate to. It's like, maybe back in the day, you used to be this big party girl or this big party boy, and you take some time off, and then you go try and do it big again, and your body's like, oh, heck no. What do you think you're doing? You got to be gentle with yourself. You got to, it's not even about easing back into it. It's about recognizing that that's not you anymore. Okay? Let me stop and take a peek here. All right, guys. Sabrina says she's excited. She's going to get the gastric sleeve. So, Sabrina, the biggest thing about this, and I'm sure your doctor has already talked to you about this, is you need to start preparing now, ahead of time. I've seen so many people go, I'm going to splurge until I get the gastric sleeve. Understand that a lot of that is here. So you can get it fixed here, but until you fix the mindset and the attitude and the cravings towards food, it'll be a big struggle later. So I would start focusing on your mindset towards food, understanding that there are going to be certain foods you can eat, certain foods you won't be able to eat. Start getting in that healthy mindset now. Now. I cannot stress that enough. Now. Okay? That will make your recovery not only from the surgery itself, but because this is the biggest thing to recover after a gastric sleeve or any type of gastric bypass. Because remember, for most of us, we eat out of habit. Okay? We eat out of habit. We don't eat out of nutrition. We eat out of habit. Okay? So we want to start breaking those negative patterns now. Okay? So guys, I digress. Moon cycles. Beloved one. Gentleness. Our next card is Archangel Ariel. Again, she's been screaming at us a lot lately as well. Archangel Ariel tells us to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. This is just really an awesome message. A lot of times, this here in particular isn't even necessarily about standing up to other people. A lot of times this is standing up to self. I'm just going to let that marinate for a minute. A lot of times, this is standing up to self. How many times have we made a decision to do something, or we resolved to get something done, and then a week and a half later, we're like, womp womp. I mean, I know I'm guilty. We've all been there. This is about standing up to yourself. Some of you, it's going to be standing up to others. But more in particularly, this is going to be standing up to yourself, not allowing fear and insecurity to hold you back. Oh, my legs. Not allowing fear and insecurity to hold you back. Okay? When you make a commitment, stick to it. What did our angels tell us the day before about brilliant idea? Yes, this is a brilliant idea, but you need to act upon it to bring it into fruition. Stand firm in what it is that you want. Act upon it. Move forward. Surround yourself with gentleness rather than harsh environments, right? There are times, guys, I hate to say it like this, but it's just true. There are times when we have plans, thoughts, plans, ideas, things that we want to accomplish, but sometimes the people around us are less than accommodating. They're less than supportive. Maybe they are attempting to be supportive, but they're not supportive in a way that we need them to be. So what you're being guided to do is to place yourself in the positions where you will find the support you need. Sometimes we got to just be about it instead of talking about it. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Like, there are some people that we're just not meant to share all of our details with. There are people who we know in life can be the naysayers, right? Don't put yourself in that environment. Put yourself in the environment with the support team. And in addition to that, your support team needs to be able to support themselves as well. We talked about this the other day, we don't want to surround ourselves with a bunch of pity partiers. Well, this person feels the same way I do, and we're just in it together, and life sucks, and it's so hard. No, that's not where we are to be, right? Because that is also a harsh environment, just the extreme, though. Put yourself in supportive, uplifting environments to help you to feel courageous. Remember who you are. Remember, you operate from the I am. You've already been planted in the new soil. All right, guys, I'm going to keep going because I can go off on that all day. The next card that we have is Divine Order. Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Everything is how it has to be right now. Look past the illusion. Now look at the scales, guys. Depending on the angle, those scales could appear tilted, unbalanced. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Understand that the illusion is typically out of a place of fear, a place of lack, a place of insecurity. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Sometimes, it has to get a little bit messier before it gets better. Think about like when you're cleaning out a closet, right? You got to start pulling things out, and before you know it, you've got a room full of stuff that you're going through and you're cleaning, and maybe you're trying to do it as you go, but you got to set this over here so you can pull that over there so you can pull this out over here. So it gets a little chaotic sometimes. Look past the illusion of the chaos and recognize the underlying order of the organization, of the cleanliness, of the purging of the old things, right? For a lot of you, again, so many people, a lot of old stuff is coming up, right? A lot of old stuff is coming up. And so we want to make sure that we are looking past the illusion and recognizing the underlying order. Look past the illusion that this is a challenge or this is a stumbling block and recognize the underlying order. This is brought up because I am capable of conquering this. We go through the dark chamber to get to the light. Okay? Guys, give me a couple of thumbs up if that makes sense to you. I want to make sure that what I'm saying makes perfect sense. So again, moving past the underlying order. You know, it just occurs to me that I did not finish my thought. I actually went on a side tangent with the comment. So one of the things that I want to talk about, you know, I was saying it behooves us to know what it is actually that we're working with, the energy that's on the earth. So what I am working, I've found some amazing people that I've been networking with that will do some affiliate things with. But we're going to have a couple of courses in numerology as well, finding out what your life path is. What is your number? How does that affect you? A lot of times there are things that we have been taught, programmed as the way it has to be, or this is right, this is wrong, this is normal, this is abnormal, and the reality is what works for one doesn't always, most often doesn't always work for another. We are all individuals. So we're going to start to learn our own individual life paths, our own individual energies that flow through and with us so that we can use them to springboard ourselves forward. So we are getting into that and a couple of other areas in that department. So again, these things will be primarily in the private group. So make sure you are joining that group to get access to that. Right now, that group is women only. But guys, men, fellas, gods, I am working on creating a place for men and women. Unless y'all want your own spot, then we'll do that too. In which case, I will find you a separate male moderator. So heads up on that. All right, now I do think we are going to get a card here from our Crystal Mandala deck. And let's just see what we have. Oh, now one of the things I love about this deck is it works with Ascended Masters, it works with goddesses, and it works with angels. Angel cards in particular tend to be earth angel cards, so it's related into your physical world, whereas the Ascended Masters, any card to that relates to your spiritual realm, and then any goddess card relates to your physical and spiritual realm. So we ask, what is it that we need today? Ooh, this one right here. Boop. All right. Oh man, I don't think I brought this with me. Okay, Ascended Master Yoganda, and the crystal is rhodonite. I love my rhodonite. I actually have a big one. Empowered Service. This is an awesome card, guys. Empowered Service. First of all, look at the card. I know that means something to some of you. You want to talk about getting in a meditative state. You put a couple ohms in there with a couple of some breath work. I'll leave Earth. Okay, Empowered Service. Let's just get a little bit of clarity on this card. I'm going to throw this up. Hopefully you can see and I can read at the same time. Oops, this way. We bring you the blessing of empowered service. It is your time to assume your place in the world at the table of the masters who serve the loving hand of the divine. You have been asking for your purpose to be more clearly unveiled and manifested in the world. You have endured lessons of patience. You have learned that spiritual progress can be made even without results being immediately obvious. You have learned trust and willingness to surrender your personal desires into a larger plan. We know that of which you are capable, and we now invite you to step into the next level of empowered service available to your soul in service to be the greater plan of divine love unfolding. Oh my Lanta, y'all. Some of you have been waiting for that go. This just blows me because, just give me a second here. How many times over the last several months have we been getting messages? I mean, basically all of our messages over the last several months have progressed from you are prepping, you are now going into transformation, you have now transformed, you are now in fertile soil, you are now to be doing the healing, integrating divine masculine and divine feminine, heal, 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 do the shadow work, do the shadow work. Now we're being told, go. Your life purpose is being revealed to you. Your divine destiny is being revealed to you. We just got the card 2 days ago. Brilliant idea. And what did the card say? Yes. The ideas that have been coming to you are divine guidance. Act upon them without delay. Here's yet another reminder. All is right within the world, within your world. Now is the time to move forward. Y'all, the big thing that I keep stressing to you is to work with the energy at hand, right? We don't go out in the middle of the night and try and get a suntan, right? Because that doesn't make sense. The sun is out during the day. So we work with what we have at hand. Now is being the time. So many of you are going through just crazy transformations. Some of you by choice, some of you just got things straight up snatched from you. And most of you, without realizing it, spoke it into reality. Period, point blank, in a discussion. But understand, look past the illusion. The illusion is the fear. The illusion is the lack. The illusion is the insecurity. And see the divine order. Know that things are working as they're supposed to. Now you have to do your part and work with what is here. We have to stop looking around outside of ourselves and remember that everything is already within. Archangel Chamuel tells you, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. I'm helping you to get to know your own soul because so many people are just completely disconnected from self. So many people, it's not right, it's not wrong, it's not good or not bad. It just is. So many people have had and I'm going to use this phrase because a lady used this with me yesterday, the creativity beat out of them. So many people have been told, well, you can only do this. The proper thing is to do that. Well, success means, but you have yet to define it for yourself. And the problem with that, y'all, of allowing other people to define success for you is now you are striving for something that is not authentic to self. So how the heck are you supposed to reach it? But when you know yourself and who you are and your divine purpose is being revealed to you, you now set the bar for success. You now set the level. What is success? What does that mean? What does it look like? What does it feel like? And guess what? When you're defining your success, it makes it a lot easier to reach. So much easier to reach. So again, I just want to recap before we go because this is so important. Number one, again, moon cycles. Archangel Haniel is telling us, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations. Capitalize. Capitalize on these cycles. Pay attention to what you feel, when you feel, how you feel it. Start keeping journals. Start keeping calendars. Think back to the past. For those of you who use my nutrition app, you can track a lot of those things in the app. Go back and look. Man, on these days, I was really on my grind. I was exercising, I was eating healthy, and it was awesome. Ooh, but I noticed right around this time of the month, whether it be a menstrual cycle, whether it be a shift in energy within the earth, I noticed this instead. So if you know there are certain times of the month you're more productive, by all means, honor your cycles, but capitalize. Capitalize, 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 capitalize. Beloved one, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. I am helping you to get to know yourself, your authentic self, the real you, the in-depth you. And while you're doing that, make smart choices. Surround yourself with love and gentleness. Surround yourself with loving and gentle people. Surround yourself with your own loving and gentle thoughts. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. This is not a selfish act. It is absolutely necessary. It is absolutely imperative that you take care of yourself. And in doing so, when you're surrounding yourself with love and kindness and goodness in those sacred and safe environments, it helps you to maintain your courage. It helps you to boost your courage. It helps you to act out of courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Stand up to your dang self. If you can stand up to yourself, you can start to stand up to other people. And remember, guys, I want to stress this enough. As we do that shadow work, we're not standing up out of ego, out of pride. We are standing up out of unconditional love. I do this for myself because I love myself enough and I understand how it benefits me that I have to. One of the things that and I'm just going to keep it 8,000% real. One of the things that I have to stand up to myself for on a continual basis, I'm not even going to say daily, it's like a moment to moment basis, is my fitness and nutrition. Because it is easy to have a piece of candy. It is easy to skip the gym. But I know that my fitness and nutrition is far beyond my physical appearance. My fitness and nutrition, again, because total wellness is mind, body, spirit. My physical body needs the nourishment, needs the exercise in order for me to do what it is that I need to do. It can be absolutely exhausting to pull through a lot of energy and to deliver a message. I used to hear people, there's a lady that I've seen a few times in Houston, and she is what she terms herself a God scribe. And what's interesting is as she delivers these channeled messages, like after about an hour and a half, she's like, all right, guys, I gotta stop. And before I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Why is she not jazzed up? Like, I don't get it. Oh, I get it now. Right? So I know for me, I have to stand up to myself in order to do the purpose that I'm here. So what areas in life, let me just ask you this. This is what I was told to ask you. What areas in life do you need to stand up to yourself? What areas in life do you recognize that you need to be courageous to yourself? What areas in life have you been acting out of lack and fear? Okay. And finally, divine order, Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the divine order. Remember, the illusion is fear, lack, doubt, insecurity, past trauma, past pain, past hurt. Look past that and see the underlying order. Again, so many of you are dealing with old things from the past that keep coming up. It keeps coming up because you haven't dealt with it yet. Recognize it for what it is. See the underlying order. Recognize that once I deal with this, once I switch my perspective on it, once I stop looking through lack and I start looking through love, now I can move forward. Now I can see the underlying order. All right? I hope that makes sense, y'all. And again, finally, Ascended Master Yogananda and rhodonite. I don't think I brought my rhodonite with me. It's so gorgeous. We bring you the blessing of empowered service. It is your time to assume your place in the world at the table of the masters who serve the loving hand of the divine. You are with the masters. How many times have we talked about you are the VIP in the party? You are inside the kingdom gates. You are the I am. You're not separate. You are sitting at the head table. You have been asking for your purpose to be more clearly unveiled and manifested in the world. You have endured lessons of patience. You have learned that spiritual progress can be made even without results being immediately obvious. You have learned trust and willingness to surrender your personal desires into a larger plan. We know that of which you are capable. We know what you're capable of. And now invite you to step into the next level of empowered service available to your soul in service to the greater plan of divine love unfolding. You are now being guided to step into your life purpose, to walk into it, to understand that you're not separate from the divine. And really what I'm hearing is someone is doubting the impact of their life purpose, and understand that it is imperative. It is imperative no matter how big or how small it appears. Whether you're front center stage or whether you're backstage working the curtains, working the lights, working the music, you are imperative. It doesn't work without you. And I don't want to sound harsh, but don't do yourself and the world a disservice by minimizing what it is that you do, who you are, what you're capable of. Every role is extremely important, is just as important. Okay? There are moments on a spiritual path that are something like divine graduation. You may not realize you've been making much progress in the lead up of those memories. In fact, it is oftentimes when your mind tells you nothing much is happening that at another level you are making the greatest strides. Some of the most difficult, most spiritually empowering lessons you will master on the earth plane are those of endurance and continued effort in the absence of immediately perceivable results. It may not seem very glamorous or radiant, but being able to labor for the light when you are in darkness is one of the most advanced lessons your soul can master. Let me repeat that. It may not seem very glamorous or radiant, but being able to labor for the light when you are in darkness is one of the most advanced lessons your soul can master. When you can hold the vibration, when you can keep the faith, even though things around you don't look as clear as we want them to. Remember our steampunk priestess? It defines you as a light that can be relied upon to shine where it is most needed, which is, of course, in the darkness, with total faith and unconditional trust. This is the hallmark of a truly powerful soul with great compassion. You are willing to feel the light and yet not leave the darkness behind, but rather stay to shine your light as long as those are meant to serve are in need. In the same way that once you have mastered your lessons in the class at school, you progress to the next level of class. In this earth school for the soul, you have mastered a certain level of ability. You are given more spiritual opportunity and responsibility. This, as well as a new level of mastery to obtain. This, as well as a new level of mastery to obtain if you continue to progress with your spiritual journey. Keyword there, if you continue to progress with your spiritual journey. As this happens, you are also gifted with the experience of being empowered to serve in new ways or at a new level of potency, wisdom, and effectiveness. What this looks like for each individual will vary. However, you can expect your work to increase in quality and quality. That your method of reaching people will either become very clear to you or evolve into a new expression which could better match your increased power. Otherwise, it may be like trying to shine a light of an entire electricity substation through a single globe. It's a waste of divine electricity and a possible recipe for destructive disaster too. Your dreams and opportunities shall grow to match the growth of your spirit. When the oracle of empowered service comes to you, there are particular messages to hear from higher guidance at this time. Trust in your abilities. Hold on, something is here. All right, thank you, archangels. Whatever that is, I ask that you clear it right now in unconditional love. Release and let it go. Somebody's fighting right now. Somebody is fighting right now. And I want you to know you're fighting yourself. Let it go. What I'm hearing is let it go. You're holding on to it. Let it go. Release it in unconditional love. Let it go. Clear your space. Give me a second, y'all. Let it go. All right. That was heavy. That was really heavy. And it just messed with my internet connection on top of that. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's keep moving. Mom, can you start praying for me real quick? And we gotta clear this space. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up here. So when the Oracle of Empowered Service comes to you, there are particular messages to hear from higher guidance at this time. Trust your abilities. You do not have to compare or compete with any other. The people, places, and situations you are here to help this lifetime have been selected at a higher level long before you came here. By following your heart, taking soul satisfying steps on your journey, and believing in yourself, believing in yourself enough to take risks to allow for your growth to happen, you will fulfill your destiny. This oracle asks you to be open to the changes you feel are happening now or soon will be, including the opening up of new opportunities, changes that need to happen within your work or your life to better honor who you are and what you are attempting to do through your life purpose. You are stepping up into a new level. Although you may have experienced that is eternal, that is an internal stepping up from where you feel you are, still doing your same work, but simply in a more potent and far-reaching way. It could also indicate external world changes you will need to make. It may be that you need to speak up. Did we not just talk about this? It may be that you need to speak up, take charge, let go, move on, or all of these things and more to really allow the full power you have obtained through your spiritual work up until this point to be expressed lovingly in the world. Keywords: speak up, take charge, let go, and move on. All right? It will come together easily once you do what you need to do and trust. Finally, if you have been dreaming of something, wondering if a vocation or life path you fantasize about could translate into a real vocation, this oracle brings you confirmation that you will be given the opportunities to do so. Guys, we've been told this almost every message for the last week. Those ideas that come to your mind, the things that you've been questioning that are rooted in your heart, the answer is yes. Okay, finally, if you've been dreaming of something, wondering if a vocation or life path you fantasize about could translate into real vocation, this oracle brings you confirmation that you will be given the opportunities to do so, empowered to manifest your passionate purpose according to the loving plan of the divine will unfolding. If you have been wondering if a situation at hand which is challenging you is something you can really handle, then this comes to you as a confirmation. You will be empowered to obtain what you seek. But the key phrase, guys, is that you have to let go, move on, take charge, and speak up of the things that are not serving your highest purpose. Let go of what you're holding on to. And so, guys, I am going to actually end here because somebody is wrestling with something. And I'm throwing up the block. That is something that you are going to have to deal with on your own. And I don't mean that in a sense that you have to deal with that on your own, but you are actively holding on to it. You must let go. Let me repeat that. You must let go. You cannot drag it into the light with you. Does that make sense? It will not come into the light. Do the work that you need to do. If you need help with that, you are welcome to reach me at I Am Goddess Life. Click the coaching tab. That is an absolute thing that we will work with over time, but you need to protect yourself. Okay? All right, y'all. Social it up. Again, I don't have my water on me. Chug a lug. Hit like when you're done. And I will catch you tomorrow. In the meantime, happy Monday. Have an amazing day. Bye.